Hello. Hello, hello. Welcome to today's stream. Now, before I start, I will address something really quickly. The previous stream, the 152 one, is currently unlisted. Right now I'm trying to sort something out with it, but it's taking a really long time. I don't know why. It's been like 3 or 4 hours since I've been trying to sort it out. And it still hasn't been sorted out yet. So it'll go back to being public maybe later tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. In any case, welcome back to Rose. Not Final Fantasy 14. Welcome back to Rose. But for real, no, yeah. Welcome back to Final. I'm fumbling on my words. Okay, yeah. So, main quest over there. Right. Let's go. Another thing I want to bring up is I haven't eaten today. Because as I said earlier, I'm trying to work something out with the previous stream. It took me all night last night, up until like 3:30 a.m. because it was just taking so fucking long. It was such a tedious task. I checked back with it again earlier today, still wasn't fixed, so I had to try it again. Therefore, you know, it's taken a long time for it to fix today. But because I went to bed late, really late, I woke up late. I woke up at like 1 p.m. I haven't eaten anything yet. So right now I got a bowl of noodles. I got a bowl of ramen. Instant noodles. Because all the other stuff in the house I could eat, it would take a while for me to make. So I wanted something quick. It's still scrumptious to eat. So hang on. Hi. Oh, hey Black Imagination. Hello, hello, hello. Your first, well not technically your first day, but your first day of being 20. And you're sick! Yay! What, like a cold, a cough? Both? What's going on? Speak to me of all your of your sickly woes. While I slurp on some noodles. Spicy noodles. Alright, let's go on with this. Not that I or anyone else would be able to make use of it even if we knew. But it irks me to discover that there is an entirely different form of energy, and no one told me. And that personal annoyance aside, Hermes' knowledge is undeniably impressive. Given that there are none among the 14 who specialize in the Celestial, it would be a welcome addition. Went out to eat last night. Probably got the flu there. Ooh, probably, huh? Yikes. Place was pretty busy, so. Yikes. We'll hope you get well soon, then. It's not too severe, is it? I wouldn't think it is. Assuming he can be persuaded to join, that is. I still can't understand his hesitation. What do you specialize in? Oh ho! You wish to know why Emmett Silk was chosen for the convocation? I should be glad to share the tale. It began when... Not another word. Lest you've forgotten, we're here to learn about Hermes, not me. My misspent youth is not your concern. Okay. My apologies for the wait. I have inspected the Empelos to my satisfaction. All is well with the creature, and I dare say it won't be long ere it is released onto the world. It's nothing too bad, but it's just on the level of annoying. Oh, I see. Well, I'm sure. Yeah, then you'll be better quite soon, I would imagine. Maybe in like a few days, or within a week. That shit shouldn't stay around for too long. Another creation, however, reportedly isn't faring so well. The Charybdis. The Charybdis. That is what we shall tend to next. If you would follow me, my friends, we shall return to the main isle and head north. Meteon. So. Excuse me. I know that Rose is supposed to be wearing one of those robes out here, but I'm just too lazy to put it back on. Whoa! Oh, those things. These are cool. Main thing is I don't have energy, so I slept through the afternoon. That's good though. Get as much rest as you can when you're sick. At least you get to stay home and just rest for a while. I understand there was a problem with one of the Charybdis. Yes, that's right. As you know, the Charybdis is based on a sea creature. Owing to adjustments to enhance its affinity to wind, it is capable of flight. I plan to hop on a game with buddies on set afternoon. Species created from the concept could all fly without issue, but a problem arose in subsequent generations. Well, did you let them know you were sick? It's just... yeah. And... you're not gonna go through with it, are you? Even though it's like a minor, like, illness you got going, it's still best for you to rest. That's just mildly annoying. This third generation creature was born with an etheric balance, leaning strongly towards water. Its aquatic origin reasserting itself, it would seem. The result being its affinity to wind is diminished, and it cannot fly. No matter what we try, we can't get it to rise even the slightest bit. I mean, it's hovering over the ground right now. For such change to manifest in so few generations, I fear they are too unstable. Flawed. With your permission, I will revert the creatures and recommend to the Bureau that the concept be revised. With its etheric balance leaning towards water, the Charybdis would indeed struggle to manipulate wind. Yet it is too early to conclude that it cannot fly. Having failed at first, it may simply have developed a fear. I shall transform and fly with it, helping it to manipulate wind until it finds its wings. What? You needn't go to such lengths. You don't know? But of course not. Transformation is an art in which one manipulates a vast quantity of ether to construct another body around oneself. In practice, this allows one to assume any conceivable form, and thereby transcend the limits of one's flesh. Yet convenient though it may be, transforming in the presence of others is considered vainglorious in the extreme, as uncouth and unseemly as running about robless. Shameful. Am I to understand you make a habit of this? Nothing of the sort. It's just that when transformed, I can wield the wind and fly. It may seem excessive, but what is our shame next to the lives of these creatures? They deserve a chance, and we owe it to them to do all in our power. Be that as it may. Yes, I believe I have a solution, Emmett Silk. May I trouble you to move that Charybdis away from its fellows? Somewhere out of sight? Meanwhile, I'd like the rest of you to help me prepare here. What mischief are you scheming now? No mischief, I assure you. I would but spare you the need to report to your colleagues that Hermes committed an indiscretion. So have a little faith, and run along. I trust you don't mind. Alright. Go on now. What are you planning? Emmett Silk is out of sight? Good. Let's speak of the plan. It's a stroke of genius, really. We have Emmett Silk train the Charybdis. Nani? Aside from being able to fly untransformed, he can readily see ether currents. And with his adept spellcraft, he can also employ suitable wind magics to guide the creature along. While he is indeed capable of all you described, it is not his duty. I am loath to trouble him with it. Don't be. As I mentioned, it would also be for his own sake. With that settled, let's begin at once. Rose, I want you to go to Emmett Silk. Tell him that you have a favor to ask. He will be disinclined to cooperate at first, but you mustn't be discouraged. With our friend, the trick is to be unflaggingly persistent. Off you go now, and good luck. Say, I have a favor. Okay. Hey, school. Good day, folks. Hey, Tin Can, good morning to you. Whoop, 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 whoop. There they are. Good day. Oi, Emmett. Shit. I have a favor to ask. Is that what she's supposed to say? Hang on. I have a favor to ask. Oh, without the you. Oh, shit. Well, I would say, oi, Emmett, you shit. Oh no, is there a swear word? Oh, I can't do it in all caps, I'm guessing. Poop head. I have a favor to ask. There we go. Oh no, you don't. I'm not lifting a finger. Ugh, I don't know what Hythlodaeus is up to, and I will not be made to know. I refuse. If Hythlodaeus is to be believed, relentless insistence may serve to wear down the ever-weary Emmett Silk. Please, Emmett Silk. Please, Emmett Silk. Huh? Did I say that wrong? Please, Emmett Silk. There we go.
No, no, no. You are not foisting this nonsense on me.
Sorry, I'm still busy eating my noodles.
I'm given to understand you have the power to help the Charybdis, and should be quite willing to do so. And so I appeal to your better nature, most benevolent Emet-Selch. Please teach her to fly.
Or else Hermes will transform. Right now.
I heckin' love noodle. Me too. Especially when it's spicy.
Now, there's no need to go quite that far. Altruism is its own reward, as I'm sure he would agree.
Oh, would he now? And who contrived to put me in this position, pray tell?
Nothing so devious. I merely suggested a possible course of action.
Please, Emet-Selch. Please.
I did not come all this way to play nursemaid to your creations. I'd thank you to remember this favor and let it be the last.
Nice. The good old snap. Whoa! Cool.
I will aid it once it has taken to the air. It falls to you to shepherd it skyward.
Hey, it worked out.
Well, let's relax and enjoy the spectacle, shall we?
Mind if I ask you something about Nikke near the end of the stream? Oh yeah, sure. That's a cool mount. I want that.
You were wondering why Emet-Selch joined the convocation. Truth be told, he wasn't the first choice for the office. I was, on the strength of my ability to see ether.
Huh.
But I declined the offer.
Oh.
For though my vision is exceptional, I am pedestrian in all other aspects. Worse even.
Whoops.
Quite abysmal when it comes to manipulating ether, for example. Couldn't transform even if I had a mind to do so. What good is the ability to perceive a problem if one cannot act to address it? Emet-Selch has no such shortcomings. He excels in vision and manipulation both, the latter to an extraordinary degree. If there is a mage more powerful, I do not know of them. Thus did I recommend him for the office in my stead. And I wasn't the only one. Far from it. Countless others vouched for his skill and character. People the world over, to whom he had previously lent a helping hand. Oh, how surprised he was. Claimed he hadn't done anything remarkable for anyone. Modest to a fault.
But I suck at magic too.
He deserved every bit of acclaim he received. Yet he may well have gone unappreciated were it not for a mutual friend. A singular soul who can't help but involve herself in the business of others. Where she walks, excitement is certain to follow. Her antics irritate Emet-Selch to no end. But much of his grumbling stems from genuine concern. When our friend calls, he never fails to answer and lend his talents. And in the course of doing so, he himself came to be recognized and respected by those around him. They are truly remarkable individuals, and I'm proud to call them friends. To help them realize their dreams. This will be my greatest contribution to our world. And when they have fulfilled their respective purposes, so too shall I have fulfilled mine. And together we may return to the star. Look at me, spilling my innermost secrets. I can't seem to help it with you. I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul. I just don't understand how you can be so alike and yet so different.
Well done, my pet. Well done!
Cool.
Ah, yes. I dare say the Charybdis will be fine here on. Why don't you go and signal to Emmett Selk? Let him know that his arduous task is at an end.
Okay. Niku. Wave to Emmett. Emerging from his reverie, Emmett Selk notices you, begins to descend with the Charybdis. Oh no, the spice. It's hitting my throat. Ugh. I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, the Charybdis has learned to fly. And Rose and I could relax and have a pleasant chat. I'm sure you did. That creature needed some small assistance at first, but soon it was flying more or less on its own. I doubt you will need to repeat the lesson. That was truly impressive. I witnessed it all from afar. The Charybdis flies. Indeed, with this we've proven that even a creature with skewed etheric balance is capable of flight. Spicy soup. Yep. It's the noodles I'm eating had like a spice pack as well with the packaging. So I mixed it in there. And I do like spicy food, too. But damn, it hurts. Still good though. Though we helped it to achieve this, the Charybdis is a herd animal. They may well aid their struggling kin in like fashion, if and when the need arises. Keeping this in mind, I bid you continue observing them, if that is what you want. But if I may say so, rather than hoping an idealistic possibility comes to pass, would it not be simpler to have the concept adjusted? That way we could guarantee that anomalies such as this specimen are never born in the first place. These creatures are already here. We will spare no effort in giving them a chance to survive. As you wish, Chief. As you wish. Big dragon. Hermes. I'm fine. Don't worry. Well, that concludes all of my present tasks. Let us return to that place for now. Some of these are so hard to pronounce. Oh, there we go. Let's ride. You have discovered a new location. Okay. What? Want to apologize for forcing me to help, do you? Save your breath. You didn't force me to do anything. I merely chose the most expeditious way to have done with an impediment to our business. Ba, 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 bump. You leg gear. That looks ugly. Alright, I'm gonna drink the spicy broth now. Give me a moment here. Ow. Jeez. It's... Why is it so tasty, but so painful? Ooh. Tell me, Rose, in the course of watching me, have you learned aught of value? Dynamis. Dynamis seemed promising. Dynamis, you say? Curious that such an obscure phenomenon should be of your interest to you. Chief Hermes, what good fortune to find you here. Is something the matter? The Lycaean. I'm afraid it's done it again. No sooner did we release one for observation than it set upon the nearby occupants, slaughtering them. Was the creature hungry, or somehow provoked? I had just fed them myself, and the occupants were keeping a wide berth. It is the nature of the Lycaean that is to blame, their innate viciousness. Temperament aside, it is an outstanding creation, perfect in form and function. I asked the same question about my wife cooking too, Cat. I have to like constantly clear my throat because of the spice. Though it may not be suited for release, I have no doubt that the Bureau will accept its concept for preservation. In any case, there's no point in postponing the inevitable. Doros will revert them all once the paperwork is in order. Where is the scene of the incident? Just off the path to the 12 Wonders. As you make your way, you should see it on the left. I don't know if Doris is still there, though, however. Hermes, wait! If this is part of his work, then I would observe. We follow. He needs some milk. Lactose-free milk. Please, lactose-free milk. Oh, there's a blue quest. I don't think Imagination's yours. They might have gone to play with their friends with whatever game they're playing. You did mention that earlier. Suckleys. We don't need to know about this. So. Alright, let's get this done. Charmian. I wish him good tidings. Speak. Let us begin. Alright, we're on a tour apparently. Jesus. Interesting. not creepy looking. Charmian. Oh, and here's your friend. That seems familiar. Well, you appear so astute and deliberate in your thinking. I should very much like to make an extended study of your composer. Oh, do forgive me for this. Step lively. What? It appears to have moss growing on its head. It appears to have much more than moss on its head. Place is really cool. I like that they're doing like studies and research on various species. Look at that. Oh wait. Oh, that's so cool. Look at the purple on it. Whoa. Look at that. That's so cool. I wonder what else is good to combat the spicy food besides milk. I feel like... I don't know. Part of me feels like any sort of dairy product would work. Like cheese. Or ice cream. Ice cream! Ice cream! Ice cream would work. Would help, wouldn't it? We do have ice cream, actually, in the freezer. I could grab, like, a nice... I could grab, like, a little, like, popsicle. Very cool. We don't need to. Let's just pick it up. Alright. To the main quest. Gosh, that's so cool. Look at that. Wow. I want that horse one right there too. I want to ride that one. Hang on, Ashley, give me a purple. Is there any purple? Purple? This one. This one's purple. That's cool. So cool. Whoa, what is that? It's that Pokemon. I would love to try the sea salt ice cream like in Kingdom Hearts. That doesn't sound too bad, actually. That sounds kind of nice. The lacerations and burns are unmistakable. A Lycaean was indeed responsible. But the creature is nowhere to be seen. Doros must have taken it away. The man makes his base at the 12 Wonders. I shall go and seek him out there. And then Selk and I will search the area for good measure, just to make sure the Lycaean did not escape. My thanks. Let us meet at the 12 Wonders when you have finished. I will go on ahead. Please follow with Rose. Come, come. It's down this path and over the bridge. I should actually, like, rework this entire thing. I'll remove that, remove that, remove that. We can remove that. We can remove that. We can remove that. Okay, we can remove the polar bear. I don't really want that there. Let me see. That's really about it, eh? There's still a little bit of Roth left. Hang on. Okay, hang on. I finished this. I finished the soup. But now I will be right back. I'm gonna grab myself like ice cream. Oh wait, hang on. Give me a moment here. Alright. Be right back. It's gonna take me like 30 seconds. Okay. Save me a spoon. Okay, I'm back. Pretty small though, this one. I think it's vanilla ice cream coated in like chocolate and like salted nuts or something. Alright. There it is, the 12 Wonders. Hermes is looking for Doros. Let's look for Doros too. He's a man with long blonde hair. Think. I'll know him when I see him. Sweet. It's very tasty. Blonde-haired woman, dark-haired man. Oh, blonde-haired man. Doros, that's Doros. No. If it isn't Meteion, what brings you here? Ah, I thought I heard familiar voices. I didn't realize you two had decided to help me search for Doros. Thank you. You're in charge of Lycaons, I believe. Where are they now? Out in the fields and restraints. Frenzied as they were, I couldn't well return them to Ctissus. Once I submitted my report, I'll see them reverted without delay. As he says, the beasts are indeed quite ferocious. You're one of the 14. What brings you here? Nothing you need concern yourself with, as you were. You've heard the news that Lycaon slaughtered Occupants. As the observer in charge, you are of the opinion that they are not fit to be released? I am. Their abnormal aggression and exceptional strength makes for a highly problematic combination. It matters not where they are released. Lycaons, I don't know, would threaten other species and upset the natural order. Could it be that the species observed are an outlier? Highly unlikely. We've created a good many of them. All exhibited the same tendencies. Even when we used Kairos to begin with a fresh slate, their behavior was unchanged. Kairos? A memory reconfiguration system. The chief himself created it. It allows us to erase or alter memories, that we may observe creations in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from scratch. Quite impressive, and potentially dangerous, depending on the intensity of the etheric emissions. Pastorot may wish to have words with you. Rest assured, I've kept all values within prescribed limits, and to prevent misuse, its applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand. To manipulate a subject's memories is an intrusive act I deeply abhor, but it is still preferable to execution. Come now, Chief. Let's not be so melodramatic. What was born of ether is simply being reduced to its original state. I know the distinctions concern you, but we mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture, making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. If a creation cannot be properly studied even with the aid of Kairos, we remake it. If a creation is deemed a detrimental existence, we unmake it. 'Tis all for the greater good, and none question the necessity of such routine processes. I understand these things, I do. I would never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat into the world. Yet insignificant though their individual lives may be next to all creation, it is all the Lycaons have. Before we seal their fates, we owe it to these beings to exhaust all options, to ensure that nothing has been overlooked. If you insist, let me provide you with a full report and we may take it from there. Would it be possible for us to attend this discussion? That Emmett Selk may better carry out his duties. By all means. Pray show them to the meeting room. To man, other beings are just things to be used and controlled like magic. That's what Hermes told me once. Shoes again, huh? Oh, hang on. I'm getting a phone call. Okay, I'm gonna be right back again. I'm needed for something real quick. Okay. Just hold on tight. Be back in a few minutes, maybe. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. was I doing? Right, this. Shoot. God damn it. Turn to inventory. 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 Okay, let me just work this out here. Okay. There we go. Fixed. Okay, let's continue. Sentimental gift. I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time... Meteon, are you feeling unwell? It's not me, Hermes. It's you. I won't go to the meeting. I'll stay with Rose. Loath though I am to impose, may I leave Meteon in your care again? I'm in your debt, if you'll excuse me. What's wrong, Meteon? Can you help me with something, Rose? The meeting will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up with a flower. Hermes likes flowers the most. Of all the creations in Elpis, most creations are expected to be interesting, or beautiful, or strong, better in some way. But flowers are different. They're designed to suit our emotions, what we feel and want to convey. Hermes likes that. I can't make flowers, so I'll search for them. I want you to search with me. Let's start here, at the 12 Wonders. Okay. Flower picking. Wow, 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 wow. Vibrant purple flowers. So big and bright. I love them. But they might be too bright. You have to think of the recipient. That's what Hermes said. I mean, I would have liked the purple flowers, but sure, okay, gosh. When the tree is slender. The tree is indeed quite slender. No flowers. If there were apples, we could have covered them in syrup. Let's head outside next. Don't worry, we won't wander far. Okay. Flower bed. A bed of flowers. There's tons here. Those would be better for Hermes, but they're hedged in. That means we shouldn't touch them. They're either under observation or poisonous. Any other place should be fine though. Let's keep looking. Familiar plant. Oh, that's not... That's a... Nah. I don't know about this one. A Canaeon. A flower that can move. When Hermes wasn't looking, I shot seeds at him. Not a good gift, maybe. But you're a good Rose at spotting flowers. We'll find something soon. Oh. Junction. Ooh. Nothing around here. Ah! Over here, Rose. Something big, huge. Wait, where is she? Oh, she was right here. Now the door is grass. What, this giant thing? I don't think this would... I don't know about this one. It's an Adonis. The things around its mouth look like petals, but the flowers are the orbs on its head. When Hermes inspected it, it swallowed them up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think, Rose? Would you like it? That's probably not the good sort of memory. So not this one either. Finding a good flower. It's harder than I thought. I'm sorry, Rose, but could we search a little more? Maybe as far as the fields over there. I'll pick something after that, I promise. She promises. Lush fields. Uh-oh. God damn it. Take that. Don't interrupt Rose flower picking. Oh, oh. Jeez, man. The nerve of some creatures. How rude. Oh, there's nothing. The shiny thing over there, what could it be? Shiny object. Is this what I think it is? Elpis. It's Elpis. Elpis flowers, they're here too. Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, they're entelekis. Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. That's only for Hermes though. For others, they're always white and bright. Truly? The flower was dark in your home? Then, do you have it too? A dark emotion? I've known pain and sorrow of loss. Damn, Rose is so edgy. I see. Hermes has known the same. The feeling that a part of you is gone. Again and again. But no one notices. Please, Rose, won't you lend it to me? Your pain and sorrow? I want you to make the flower dark. In front of Hermes. He's been in a dark place. Ever since before he created me. He needs to know that he isn't alone. That he isn't there alone. That others are sad too. Truly? You'll do it? Thank you, Rose. Thank you. It means more to me than I can say. I can't wait to see how Hermes reacts. Let's go back and fetch him. I'm sensing a dark premonition. I feel like something bad's gonna happen. Oh, concerns be rising. Blue quest. Hang on. Hippotho. There's a bat in her face. Mew mew. Mew. Iloros. Yo. Oh, hey Elijah, what's up? I hope you've been doing well. I remember that you were moving. So I hope that went well for you. Forever's back. I see you start a particular game. Oh no, I've been playing this for a long time. It's not something I recently started. Yeah, I got back to it. Okay, well. I've already done like multiple streams with this game, so it's not like my first time playing through it. Move went well? That's good to hear. It's a Pokemon battle. Yeah. Ha. Ha. Alright, let's head back. Do, do, do. Nice to hear that the move went well. Which job is that? What, my character? What my character is? Samurai. She's a samurai. Samurai girl. She's so cool. Is this Endwalker? Yep, this is Endwalker. I finally started Endwalker a few weeks ago. I've been enjoying the story so far. I've been meaning to play through Endwalker, but I wanted to like wait for my for two of my friends to play with me. Unfortunately, one of them is like so far is like still on like Shadowbringers, I believe, and they haven't been on for like ever. So I didn't want to sit around and wait for them. So I decided to just start on my own. You get back into it when I get a computer upgrade. Yeah, it's not too bad. Are you far in the game? In the story, I mean? Like... or have you finished Endwalker? Had a budget set aside for it, went to my move instead, and that's unfortunate that your friends aren't up there yet. Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're gonna be playing anymore. So, there's no point in me having to wait. Because I've already waited for like 2 years now, even before Endwalker. Left it off done Stormblood's main story? Ooh. So you gotta go through halfway through Stormblood's post. Ooh. So you're gonna go into Shadowbringers? Oh my gosh. Shadowbringers is so good. Shadowbringers is the best. I didn't read this part. Hang on. It seems they're still talking. Let's wait until they've finished. Okay. Still got the 2 best expansions ahead. Shadowbringers is absolutely the best. I was so hyped when I was going to start it. I remember when I started going into it, and I took a screenshot and I showed it to the 2 friends I used to play with, and in Final Fantasy 14, and one of them he already was ahead. He already had finished through Shadowbringers, so he was hyped for me. He was like, "Yo, you're gonna enjoy this." But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of hyped moments, a lot of crazy moments, some sad moments, some dark moments. Well, it's really good.
You were waiting for me.
You've finished talking?
Yes. We've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteon company.
Everyone seems to be in agreement on spectacularity. Oh yeah. It's been widely praised. Shadowbringers. Now with Endwalker, people said that the story for Endwalker was pretty good. However, Endwalker expansion as a whole does have its issues compared to Shadowbringers. Won't stick around much to avoid spoilers, unfortunately, but I'll be back in streams here again now that I'm more settled down. Alright, yeah, I look forward to seeing you in future streams then, man.
Emet-Selch and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
See trailer for the next expansion, the whole vacation one? No, I haven't seen that one.
Elpis flowers?
Go on.
I did see like I saw the video once, but I never actually watched it. Like I saw it like on YouTube, like from suggestions or recommended. A vacation expansion.
You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Meteion has shared much with you. May we talk a moment?
He's handsome. So that's what he looks like. Oh. Oh.
I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought, some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain, but they sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear, and it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one.
I might watch that trailer for the next expansion, like when I'm done with the main Endwalker story. Maybe.
So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Nor to miss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration?
Aberration? Dredge?
Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. I won't ask what you thought as you kneeled beside the Elpis, or if you only did it at Meteion's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort.
I could tell you all about. Let's say those.
Indeed. Difficult though it may be, I must endeavor to be strong like you. The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day? To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteion and her sisters. Sisters. She has a great many of them, and they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life. As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteion. Let us head back.
All right.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is something bad gonna happen? Okay. What the heck was that, though? That was a bit ominous. I'm still left to wonder, what the hell happened to the boy for him to be so crazy in the future? Something must have triggered it. An all too brief interlude, perhaps, but it is time I attend to my next task. As Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus are aware, we reached a verdict regarding the fate of the Lycaons. 7 were created for observation, and all 7 must be unmade. Doros has followed the correct protocols, and as Chief Overseer, I can find no fault in his judgment. The Lycaons would disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves starve and perish. They cannot be released into the wild, and they cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend to petition the Bureau of the Architect to have the concept preserved as a restricted purpose hazardous lifeform. Hythlodaeus has pledged to support me in this endeavor. By the way... Okay. I didn't check earlier, but I had to double check if DVR was enabled. Alright. Yet, whatever the Bureau decides, the existing Lycaons have served their purpose. Doros has already isolated the creatures and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion to this study. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. That's what he sounds like. I'm kidding. He does have that sort of tone to his voice, though. Of course, let's be off then. We return to the main aisle. Ba, 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 ba. Whoosh. Wah. Whoosh. Whoosh. Wah. Ooh. Attuning. Attuned. Okay. Let's just sprint it. What's going on over there? Whoa, are those like Aeons? Oh my god. Whoa, these are cool looking though. They look so cool. They have like 4 tails. These are so cool looking. I want this as... Can I have that as a mount? Can I have one? Uh-oh. Doros, are you hurt? What happened here? They caught me off guard. I had them bound with ethereal shackles, but they became frenzied, even more so than usual, and broke free. I was able to stop 4. The other 3 escaped. I see them. 2 have taken to the air above the 12 wonders. And the last one is up ahead, lurking in the fields. You and Rose handled that one. The pair in the sky you can leave to me. If this is how it must end, then so be it. I will render assistance to Emmett Selk, unneeded though it is. Oh, Meteon, you are to stay here with Doros. My Hermes. The Lycaons must be reverted. I would spare you their pain, and mine. This is my burden, not yours. But if you are intent on helping, then please, follow my lead. I feel like this is marking the beginning of the final days for these guys. I don't know. It feels like it. For them to just go crazy like that. Well, but then again, they did say, like, upon creation, they already had such tendencies. Okay, never mind then. God, that is so cool! I wish I had one. Can I have that as a mount? Look at that. I appreciate your help, and lament that it is necessary. There it is, our quarry, within striking distance at present. But if it feels threatened, it may well flee beyond our reach. Here is my plan. You will approach slowly, in full view, and draw the Lycaon's attention. Now I warn you, its abilities are as fiery as its temperament. Once it spots you, it will unleash orbs of flame. The mount is on the Santa list. I hope it exists. But fear not. By my measure, you are more than equal to the task. Withstand the onslaught for a few brief moments, and that will give me time to catch it unawares. Ready? Let us begin. Over here! It's a ball of flame! Ah! Wow! Ha! Ha! Oh! Ha! Hoo! Hoo! Ha! Ha! Wahoo! And then, okay, there we go. Hiya! Ha! Next. And it's fireballs. There we go.
Now.
Oh, his staff is literally that of Hermes. Cool. Pair of wings, twin snakes.
Forgive me. Please, forgive me. May you and your kin find peace. Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas. Be not forgotten. In concept endure. To reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own. Live again, if that be your desire.
He's got a really kind heart.
Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy. But leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high. Fly free.
Damn. It really does make me wonder, some really hardcore shit must have made him like... Or maybe it's just a build up to it. All that
Join the convocation, Hermes.
all that negative emotions just kind of built up in him for him to become...
You do not belong here.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And when the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who
He
are
stepped on a
satisfied
Lego.
choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction?
Maybe. It might be it.
I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Van Daniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts, I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Hermes! Please don't be angry. It hurts so.
Forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Aye.
I kind of get it though. It does remind me a bit of... I know I always mention this, but I always mention Bleach, but it does kind of remind me of that when it comes to certain characters and their feelings on certain matters. The other Lycaons have been taken care of. The incident is resolved, and life in Elpis continues as normal. Or ends, as the case may be. Rationally speaking, I understand Hermes' argument. No matter how well deserved the rest, there is a pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. Yet, never has a departure caused me such grief as Hermes appears to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment? I don't know. What if Rose killed Hythlodaeus right here and right now? How would you feel? We love Bleach too. It's bleaching time, as the cool kids would say it. Where to now? If there's anywhere you would like to visit before we leave, we should be glad to show you the way. Hermes has not yet outright refused his position with the convocation, merely postponed the decision. As such, I may as well resume my assessment. If we cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleagues. Ever the pragmatist, then allow me to remain your humble guide. And what of you, Rose? Will you continue along with us? Nod. Wonderful. Our fellowship travels on unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis, and see what new encounters there are to be had. If you would follow me, we will first head back towards place. Anag. I guess we're going to that other spot right there. Like everyone, all the others here seem to be the big picture kind of people for the sake of the star. But Hermes, on the other hand, no one dies. Not on my watch. That's what Hermes is like. All lives are equal type of thing. No sacrifice, big or small, must happen, all only for the sake of the star. It isn't right. From here, we follow the path northwards to Natonius. There we will find one of the Neas, which facilitate travel between the islands of Elpis. First-time travelers must be accompanied by someone with the requisite permission, which I have previously been granted. We only need to use the device together once, and henceforth you will have leave to use it freely. Shall we? It's a long-ass stroll over. If you were to go this actual distance in real time, in real life, I wonder how long that would actually take. Probably just like 5 minutes, honestly. Here we are, Natonius. This Neas will take us to Kalimelios Zephyros, the western island. That's it right there, looming large over us. It's big. Step this way and we can soon admire the view from above. Any beginner tips for our Greenhorn Commander Nike? I just started. I don't know.
I present to you Kalimelios Zephyros.
I actually have no clue. Because when I started playing, I just went with the flow. I kind of just went with the flow of things. I guess for your team setup, how do I explain it? Each of the Nikkes have their own like burst attack, which I guess you can consider their ultimate or whatever. But each of them, how do I explain this? Because there are some that have burst 1, burst 2, and burst 3. The ones that have burst 1 activate first, and then burst 2 comes second, and then burst 3 comes last. So, if I had to give any sort of advice, I guess, sort out your team in a way where there isn't one burst 1. I really don't know how to explain it, dude. Basically, I don't know. I really don't know. Any settings I need to change on mobile? Not really. I mean, it all depends on you. It's all personal preference. And besides, I play on PC. I don't play on mobile. I don't think... Like, if there's something throughout the gameplay that you're not too comfortable with, you can always check in the settings yourself. I don't think there's any such thing as universal settings for everyone. Like, everyone has their own, like, sort of way to put things together, so...
Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poiton Oikos. Right then. Let's begin by... Well, well. An Arraius. How delightful.
Oh my god.
And what, pray tell, is that?
Oh my god.
That's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago. Sharks are among the most popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept. At first, they were largely orthodox, consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact, and then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight, another superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst, concepts with multiple heads, or arms and legs, and so on and so forth. It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end I couldn't deny their passion. And here we are.
Oh my god. Whoa, cool sword. Is that?
That was too close. Are you unharmed? Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Benar, that we should meet you here.
Oh, never mind. Just kidding. No, just kidding. Me and Rose are the same. Huh?
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star. Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work. Benar is her name, and she is the previous Azem.
Interesting.
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well. Less so, Emmet Selk. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number.
Shark. Seeing that shark thing gave me a bit of PTSD from Bloodborne.
A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is she, if I may ask?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
Oh, you know I am. Now then, you are? I say, have you perchance come from the future?
Oh my god. She's clairvoyant.
I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you. Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
Oh shit.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
Oh shit.
A traveler's ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
Time to come clean. Sounds rather like the blessing of light.
I see you are not ignorant to its presence. And while there are many protective spells, the one you bear is unmistakably
Ooh,
mine.
Maybe.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
Spill the beans?
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
Oh, is she spilling the beans?
So,
Oh,
your
I see.
actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours.
I see.
How very exciting. I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future.
How does that work? Rose is able, so we're able to alter their history, but not Rose's history? That's interesting. So the result will be the same.
Until a moment
nonetheless.
finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge. So you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest. Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself.
Yep.
As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
Her face. Hi, Nadia. I noticed this time.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation? I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest. If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos.
Yeah, I noticed this time.
We were meant to meet.
Good morning.
I am
Good morning to
certain of
you.
it.
Good morning to you, Nadia.
Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly, and sent you unto myself in the past. It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to. And quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
Spill the beans. Time to be spilling those beans. My apologies, but before we move along, a colleague has tasked me with a matter which I'd rather not leave unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept-engraved crystal, and the quick-fingered Aureus, which made off with it. An Aureus, you say? I think we might have seen the culprit before being distracted by that business with the shark. Would you like us to follow its ethereal trail? That would, of course, lead us only to the Aureus. There's no guarantee that it hasn't dropped or stashed away the crystal you seek. Please. Even that much would be enormously helpful. While you are hunting down the thief, I can follow behind and scour the forest floor just in case. Could I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of here. Nod. Many thanks. There's a small bridge leading into Poiton Oikos. Let us meet up there once we've exhausted our efforts. Let's go. Big, whoa, big. Just big. That's a pair of antlers. Holy shoot. Melanian. That's a crazy looking creature. Holy. It's like a deer combined with like a leopard or a cheetah combined with a lizard or a dragon. Like, that's kind of crazy. Now that would be a mount. That would be a really cool mount. So we had to look around for this thing. God damn, look at that. Concept crystal. Oh, found it. But nothing beats my turtle. Or Rose's turtle. So that thing's crazy looking. Coming in hot. Our last searcher returns. I am afraid the Aureus no longer had the crystal, nor was I able to find it as I followed it in its wake. I don't suppose you fared any better. Here you go. The crystal. Well done. Wonderful. Now I can focus on your tale without that missing concept nagging at my mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things? Traveling and searching go hand in hand. You travel often then? It seems we have something in common. Long ago, when I held the seat of Hazim, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of answers to people's problems. Naturally, the need for such journeys has lessened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet I am still eager to come running should an old acquaintance or new interest require my personal attention. That is what brings me to Alpus, in fact. Many times has my presence been requested, my opinion sought concerning the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate that missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful it is, the way one thing leads to another. Wouldn't you agree? Thank you again for your timely help. Now then, 'tis time I return this stolen property. BRB. Alrighty, see you in a bit then. If you would go on ahead to my accommodation, I will join you as soon as I have attended to that task. Follow the path straight ahead to the building at the top of the slope. I have the entire place to myself, so we can speak without fear of being disturbed or overheard. Wow. Boing. Wow. Sweet. I'll pick this up. Okay. Here we are. Welcome to my temporary abode. Please make yourself at home while I put on some tea. Ooh.
Ah, a wonderful aroma. I feel more relaxed already.
Would that I had sweetmeats to offer, but I travel light out of habit. There's plenty of hot water though, so please have as much tea as you like. Now then, will you tell us your tale?
It's time to spill the beans. The world has been sundered, broken into shards. Calamity called the final days to sunder the world.
Why don't you start from the beginning?
I wonder if she'll also mention them going to the first. And meeting Emmett there too. From the future. Emmett from the future. And then Hythlodea's helping. And then the copy of Amarot. And then fighting Fandaniel. Asians, okay. Oh, there it is. Mentioning Amarot and Emmett. And then Fandaniel and... okay. Oh, she's giving them everything. All the details.
Preposterous. Utterly preposterous.
While not the words I would have chosen, I too have my doubts. Much of it borders on the incredulous. What of you, Vanar?
Not knowing the precise details of the first final days, it is difficult to determine the veracity of the tale. Supposing it is all true, I must ask myself why I would do what I did. Why would I feel I had no recourse but to oppose the 14 and create this Hydaelyn? Circumstances change, of course, but it would not have been an easy decision regardless. No, there must have been a reason. One compelling enough to force me to take such drastic measures. Then there is the Elpis flower, which I said would serve as a guide. That it's of import to your mission is plain, but your presence here leads me to believe that this place also holds significance. But what could it be? What are we meant to accomplish?
Might it not be simply thus? In the future, whence she came, the final days could not be averted. Mankind has no choice but to flee the star. By alerting us to that eventuality, perhaps you wish to pave the way for other futures.
Theoretically speaking, it is a possibility. Yet if that were my primary objective, I see no reason to guide our friend to Elpis specifically. The capital on Amarot, or even my own home would be more logical destinations.
True, true. I note also that Hydaelyn did not specify a point in time to which she must return. By this, it may be inferred that it was not critical that we should meet.
Alternately, she had reason to believe that our paths would converge, coincidental though it may seem.
This is quite a puzzle, and we do not have all the pieces.
Hardly any. But we do have one immutable fact. If the final days are indeed as described, they will bring death to all that I hold dear. Yet despite being afforded long years of preparation, the only provisions I could make were for flight. Nay, my first and foremost endeavor would be to find a way to forestall the coming doom.
Given that even the 14 failed, mayhap you deemed it impossible.
Nothing is impossible. This I have always believed. And if Hydaelyn is indeed me, she would believe the same.
Listen to yourself. Are you seriously entertaining the notion that you are a messianic figure in some far-fetched tale? Well, I will not. I refuse to accept that our world could be undone by some unforeseen calamity. I also take offense to my portrayal as a megalomaniacal madman. To sacrifice oneself for the star is a noble act, and I would hold those who gave themselves to this zodiac in the highest esteem. Yet, you claim I recreated Amarot and populated it with phantoms of our people? A bizarre indulgence that would be insulting to their memory.
But you did it.
Worse still, I even invited you there. Literally invited my own downfall. Why would I do something so idiotic and inexplicable?
Oh, you did, though. But you did.
Now, I will allow that the hypothetical task of restoring our world would be daunting in the extreme. The thought of having to bear such a burden for 1,000 lives horrifies me. But I would never forsake my duty. I would never forsake my brethren. You do not know me. I've had my fill of your fiction. I will return to my duty, and you will not bother me again.
Emmett Selk! Wait!
This is a pretty crazy story,
You've
to be
seen
fair.
much of Elpis already. If you have any observations to share, I should like to hear them.
Dinos is the key to all of this. That is true, but also Hermes and Meteon. Well, I don't know about Meteon, but Hermes somehow. Well, I'm gonna say Dynamis. Dynamis is like the core part of this.
Ah, yes. The energy distinct from ether. Though not my field, I have a basic understanding of Dynamis. And you say Hermes researched the phenomenon in the course of creating Meteon? Yes. I believe this warrants further investigation. With that settled, 'tis time for action. The missing pieces of the puzzle are here, I'm certain of it. And when you find them, the picture my future self has painted will be complete, and you will have your answer. And suffice it to say, I will aid you in your quest.
Someone believes.
Have faith. If Emmet Selk is the man Azum described to me, we've not seen the last of him.
Now that was interesting. Shall we begin our investigations then? I am acquainted with Hermes, of course, but only as a visitor received by the chief overseer of Elpis. Of the man himself, I know only that which is common knowledge. Thus I suggest we fall back on the tried and true method of conversing with the locals. The observers who live here can surely tell us more of Hermes and Meteon, and I have a good idea of where we might begin. Let's get to the bottom of things. Ooh. See you, the woman standing in front of yonder building? Her name is Ismain. She is the one who made arrangements for my stay in Elpis, and from what I can recall, she has held her position here for quite some time. Chances are she can provide us with some insights. Go and ask your questions. We'll help with drawing out answers if need be, but I leave the choice of topic up to you. Questions? For me? Well, I suppose I have no other pressing duties at the moment. Begin asking questions. Greetings, Ismay. My friend here is desperately curious about Chief Hermes, and I was wondering if you might indulge her. Certainly, Mistress Vanna. Anything to be of service. What do you wish to know? What kind of person is Hermes? Well, I can only answer from my own experience, but I would describe him as a quiet man, reserved you might say, and occasionally somewhat poor with his choice of words. His reticent nature, however, does not prevent him from carrying out his duties as chief overseer. The man is a walking archive when it comes to life forms. He can discuss in any species in incredible detail, and is the leading authority on concepts with the power of flight. I hope that answers your question. Was there anything else? How long has Meteon been here? I cannot rightly say. As the chief's personal creation, Meteon has not been subjected to observation and study like other concepts. So one day she was simply there. And what do you make of her abilities? I understand that she is a highly unusual familiar, able to read emotions and communicate directly with one's mind. Exactly how she was created with that talent, however, is a mystery to me. My apologies. I wish I could explain her nature in more depth, but I have not had occasion to discuss it with Chief Hermes. Do you trust him? I beg your pardon? I've known Chief Hermes for many years. Though I cannot say we are close, he has never withheld information to the detriment of our duties, if that is what you mean. Forgive us. We seem to have veered slightly off course here. Is there perhaps someone else who could tell us more about Meteon? That would be Tomatoes. Tomatoes. He has a similar expertise with flying concepts and is more than eager to discuss the subject. You'll find him conducting his observations on the banks of the stream somewhere to the east. Oh, and unless you take a particular joy in rambling discourse, I suggest you keep your questions concise. We should keep that in mind. Thank you for your patience and your insight. Think nothing of it. If there is aught else you need during your stay, please do not hesitate to ask. Come, Russ. I think we've taken enough of Ismane's time. Ismane. I don't think I did too well with that one. Our investigation is off to a fine start, wouldn't you, Ruki? From here, I propose that we split up. I shall continue making inquiries with the resident observers, if you could track down the colleague Ismane mentioned. While I did feel compelled to interject once or twice during that previous conversation, you seem more than capable of drawing forth the answers you seek. All I ask is that you watch your footing around the stream. We can meet back here once you've finished with speaking with this Timaeus. This way. What is going on here? The fraud. You discovered a new location. Timaeus. Yes, I am Timaeus, but please keep your voice down. You'll startle the birds. So, what is it you wish to speak about? Is it true you're an expert on flying creations? A fellow enthusiast, are you? Well, settle in, and we can discuss the finer points of this fascinating craft. My deep and abiding love for avian artistry can be traced back to when I was but a young boy, stricken by the transcendent beauty of a glorious golden-feathered creature my father had designed. It was then and there that I vowed to one day surpass that masterpiece. And thus did I secure an observer's role here in Opus, and at last realized my childhood ambition. Here the dreams I once dreamed are an everyday reality in which I find fulfillment through the research and creation of new flying life forms. Hey, welcome back, Tin Can. An abridged recounting of events, as was doubtless to your disappointment. Is there any specific part you would like me to expound upon? You were hoping for my opinion on Chief Hermes' creations. Then why did you say so? Those beings which soar through the clouds, majestic and graceful, are ever a favorite of creators. Even now, with so many varieties in existence, the flood of newly imagined concepts continues unabated. What sets the Chief's creations apart, however, is how they benefit from his boundless knowledge of the celestial realm. Birds that climb so high that they disappear from view. Others which traverse the boundless sky in moments, and all without riding the currents. I know of none save he who can conceive of such marvels. Even we who prize elegance of form above all else are dumbfounded by his genius. Meteon too is a marvel then? My opinion on that matter would be superficial at best. Despite my admiration for Meteon as a concept, I have never delved too deeply into the inner workings of her nature. I note that she has a gift for communicating the emotions, but otherwise her abilities are a mystery to me. If Chief Hermes should choose to submit Meteon's concept to the Bureau of the Architect, then will the design be registered for public scrutiny? Analyzing a colleague's creation before that step is frowned upon, to say the least. Of course, if he came to me, a fellow artisan, looking for advice, that would be an entirely different story. Do you know of Dynamis and Entelechy? Dynamis and Entelechy. Those terms do sound vaguely familiar. Was there not a flower made here in Elpis which exhibited properties of one or the other? It must have been centuries since I last heard anyone speak of such things. Has there been a resurgence in interest? Then why bring up the subject? I'm flattered that you saw my insight, but I cannot afford to neglect my duties for the sake of idle chatter. Now, I really must attend to my observations. Surely you have your own tasks to attend to. I'm not good at these question events. I'm trying to get information on the important stuff, but the game's like, no. You have to ask the appropriate questions. I'll be back with a vengeance. Indeed. Good timing. I finished my own investigations not long ago. Have you found any new? Even an expert in the field and had little understanding of Meteion's capabilities, let alone an awareness of Dynamis. My questions resulted in much the same answers. Hermes' colleagues viewed Meteion as his personal project and could provide no details beyond those which you just told me, which leads me to believe that the only person with any significant knowledge of Dynamis is Hermes himself. Yes, we've made some progress here, but more information is needed if we are to reach any definitive conclusions. At present, the strongest link we have to the final days is the power of Dynamis, and the Entelechy's which can control it. Yet most scholars are only vaguely aware of these terms, let alone study them in any depth, except for Hermes, it seems. Thus I am inclined to stay our current course and learn all we can about the Chief Overseer and his familiar. And on that subject, was there aught else of note you can tell me about Meteion, aside from her unorthodox method of communication? There are more like her. She has sisters. I rather wish you had mentioned that earlier. In any case, would you care to elaborate? So these siblings of hers now travel the great expanse in search of deeper meaning. Thank you. Though the mystery at hand remains unsolved, I feel you've touched upon a vital clue, one we should keep in mind as we continue. Next, I propose we take ourselves to Peripetea Crystalline, not far from here. Just follow the path to the west. Just a lot. A lot of dialogue. Do. This tower and the one further along are both part of Peripetea Crystalline, the facility where they archive all of Elpis' observational and testing records. Despite how they appear from the outside, the interior is actually a vast area of magically interconnected spaces, which, while fascinating, is not the reason we are here, is it? I shall cut my architectural lessons short and see what those two archivists have to share. If you can find someone to speak with at the other tower, I shall join you there anon. Ugh. Ugh. You have questions for me? Certainly. Just a moment while I conclude my current appointment. Ugh. Indeed. So if you could provide a comprehensive log of those behaviors, we should then have sufficient data for our official records. Nod. Now, what is it you wish to speak with me about? The chief oversees personal research project, and by that I assume you mean Meteon? Such undocumented studies are difficult to track. After all, hardly a day goes past without seeing a researcher trailed by one creation or another. I'm afraid I cannot tell you exactly when Meteon appeared, only that she now spends much of her time at Chief Hermes' side. Hermes. Although I do recall an interesting tale my dearest Ghislaine shared with me. Ghislaine. Ghislaine is my partner and a fellow researcher here in Elpis. She was returning late one night when she caught sight of Chief Hermes sending Meteon heavensward, a host of them. Heavensward. I'll be saying this as many times as I can, Captain. We thank you for reading. That's a lot of work, but I'm happy to see that you appreciate it. You're welcome. For several days, she would speak of that scene with wonder, describing it as one of the most beautiful spectacles she had ever witnessed. That sounds like a story she'd like to hear. Mistress Vena, I thought you had already returned to the surface. Permit me to thank you again for your invaluable contribution to our concept placement proposal. Pray do not mention it. As you say, my original plan was to leave after that task, but I have since become engrossed with Chief Hermes research. Jeez. Would you favor me with a retelling of this sight which so delighted your Ghislaine? Of course, or you could hear it from her lips directly if you prefer. Ghislaine, dear. At present, she should be observing a subject at Metabaseus Thalassae. Jesus. She does enjoy her time there, watching the sea creatures hunt and play, gazing upon the salty waters of the world's oceans recreated in such sublime detail. I imagine you must find similar joy in indulging your boundless curiosity, Mistress Vena, even though such pursuits must continually and regretfully delay your return to the star. Indeed they do. 'Tis a rest well-deserved and long overdue, I should think. How greatly have we prospered for the wisdom you accumulated during your travels as Asm. And what would Elpis be without your earlier academic work? The theories you developed served as the basis of many techniques still in use today. Man is a culture of contemplation, but none embody that nature with as much enduring passion as you. Aye, I dare say, there is not a soul alive more worthy of a return. I shall rejoice the day you depart on your final journey. I will be honored. Well, shall we take this opportunity to meet with Ghislaine in person? Then allow me to reconfigure the door to the archives here. It will take you up to the Skyway and spare you the need to avoid hostile concepts on the ground. That would be most helpful, thank you. Now open the path to the Skyway. Once you pass through the door, simply walk straight across to the next tower. Ask for admittance to the upper tier. Upon arriving at the upper tier, walk straight across the Skyway. You will find yourself at the entrance of Metabaseus Thalassae. Ghislaine will be eager to share her tale with you, I'm sure. Oh. Where's this ocean you speak of? Miss Vena is just passing through. Then allow me to prepare the path. If you need further assistance, there is always an observer or two out on the upper Skyway. Go, go, go. Excuse me. Mistress Vanilla? I was not told to expect. We would have prepared an official welcome. Please, there is no need for fanfare. I only wish to speak with Ghislaine, if that might be arranged. Yes, Ghislaine, of course. I will inform her immediately. But she may be engaged in a testing phase. You could be in for something of a wait. Should I let her know your business is urgent? That won't be necessary. This lovely view will keep us occupied until she is ready to receive us. Ah, that's the ocean. Or river. Ocean. Lake. Water.
A delightful breeze and a breathtaking view.
And a nice break from me doing all this reading.
What is it like in the future? Is the world still a beautiful place?
Yes. Some parts, yes. Others, not so much. Be honest about it, at least.
Dark, hidden places, rife with danger. Those have an altogether different, but no less powerful sort of appeal. While we wait, will you not tell me about your adventures? Well, not the portentous events which led you here, but the simple delights all your own. By learning about the future world, I may gain insight into future me's plans. But more than that, I have an interest simply as a fellow traveler. Short of going somewhere oneself, there's naught more stirring than hearing another's account.
Rose will be glad to tell you. Rose is a great storyteller.
Incredible. Would that I could have been there to see it. Yours is a harsh and unforgiving world. Yet in spite of this, your brethren hold fast to their virtue. To know that the light of mankind's potential still shines, even in that faraway place, it gives me heart. Thank you for regaling me with your tales. I will treasure every word. As you know, I was once a scholar. And among other things, I sought to understand the workings of the world. What exactly is ether? How formed the laws of nature? Whence sprung mankind? Riddles and mysteries beyond counting. Over the years, I have managed to find answers to some few of them. Yet rather than attain a sense of mastery, the more I understood, the more I came to hold the world and its miracles in awe. We too are miracles, each and every one of us, born of the warm breath of life that traverses the heavens, swirling through eternity. When I fully grasped the improbability of our existence, nothing felt impossible anymore. If it could be imagined, it could be done. A passion swelled within me. An epiphany dispelling all preconceptions of what was natural and true. And a presence without. Immense, yet intimate. Fate, perhaps, holding us in its tender embrace. as reassuring as it was intimidating. How keenly aware I became of creation's fragility, built as it is upon precarious happenstance. I was overcome with an irrepressible urge to know the world more intimately, to hear its voice, feel its breath. I ventured forth on a journey that very day, so very long ago now. Freed from presumption and prejudice, I saw the world through a newborn's eyes. Everything fresh and new, and so beautiful. Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning, and my purpose, my love. And so long as they need help, I cannot return to the star. Perhaps my future self is still waiting for it. The moment she can let go and walk unto the end. Safe in the knowledge that man will find his own way. You, who are our future, tell me this, and tell me true. Has your journey been good? Has it been worthwhile?
Do we get a choice here?
Pray forgive my
Oh.
lateness.
Wow. What timing?
My observation subject was rather irritable, and it took a while to settle it down.
No need to apologize. Your work takes precedence. Besides, we had a pleasant conversation in the meantime.
You're too kind. Now then, I'm told you wished to ask me some questions.
Indeed. I've an interest in one of Hermes' creations. Meteion. You witnessed a host of them take flight, yes?
Oh, that! Yes, yes, I did. 'Twas in the dark of the morn. I'd left the Thalassai after nocturnal observation. As I walked along, I spied a bright light climbing high into the southeastern skies. Then, in an instant, it was gone, like a shooting star, only rising rather than falling. But then another shot up, then another, and another. Intrigued, I made my way to the edge to investigate. And who should I spy on an isle to the south but Hermes and Meteion, the Matea, rather.
Matea.
There were lots of them, and I realized they must be the shooting stars that I'd seen.
A dazzling spectacle indeed. Have you spoken with Hermes about this?
Oh, yes. The sight left such an impression on me that I approached him about his mystery project the very next day. Alas, he said that he couldn't reveal anything just yet, that he needed to conduct further tests. It shouldn't be long now, though. He often returns to that isle, and I have a feeling he's nearing a breakthrough.
What's he aiming for?
Splendid. We are likewise eager for the details. Well, that is all we wish to ask. Thank you for taking the time to indulge our curiosity.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak with other inquisitive souls. Oh, and will you be descending now? If so, I shall link the doors for you.
Please.
wonder what he's planning. It's interesting. Excuse me. Another piece of the puzzle falls into place. From what we've learned thus far, I think we can safely conclude that Hermes hasn't been revealing the details of his research to others, which suggests that either someone will appropriate his discoveries and make use of them, or that Hermes himself will have a hand in causing the final days. Since we have no reason yet to suspect the former, we should consider the latter the more likely possibility. Proceeding under that assumption, our next step should be to divine why, or even if, he might desire such a terrible fate for our star. Imagine something like, hey, if you're fine with them dying, we might as well all die. That's one heck of a... Wow, what... That is one hell of a helmet. Whoa, look at that. What the heck? That looks crazy. Can you open this? Oh, you can take off the mask of it. That's so interesting. That's kind of cool, though. What? Why? What the heck? I should like to visit the site from which Hermes was sent forth the Metea. If we are fortunate, we might find some hint of what drives this research of his. Delane said she spotted them in the southeast, rising from an isle she could see from the edge. If we stand at that same vantage point, it should not prove too difficult to locate the island in question. Let's take a look, shall we? This helmet is kind of crazy looking. I like how the mask looks, though. It's this dragon part at the back that's kind of weird. Can't... Okay. That's kind of annoying. Bam, bam, bam. Boom, boom, boom. Bam, 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 bam. I really can't change. While I'm on mount. Okay. There's that over there. Okay, let's see if I can apply the glamours from here then. Okay, I can't for some reason. Why? Why can I not apply glamour? It's really annoying. We'll just hide it for now then. She won't have her flowers on the side though. I really don't know why I can't apply it, but whatever. Now, if I were conducting some mystery research, where would I go? Ah, how about that one? Have you the means to fly? 'Tis quite a distance away. Nope. Inconvenient, but hardly an insurmountable problem. To me, Argos. It's the doggo from the moon. My friend, would you mind creating a double to carry Rose over here? Here over to that island. stubborn creature. There is no place on this great star we have not together traveled, and still he remains obstinate in the presence of strangers. Argos has rather exacting standards, I'm afraid. But it makes so much sense why he was so drawn to Rose back on the moon. What? You've ridden him before? Oh, your before meaning my after. Not all that confusing, that. Interesting. 'Tis certainly not unthinkable. That makes so much sense now. Because I remember that it, can't remember who once said it, but Argos had taken a liking to Rose. This is why, because he recognizes her. But speaking of the here and now, the quick solution is for us to face off in a sparring match. But demonstrate to him that you are capable of holding your own against me in battle, and you should convince Argos that you are worthy of his back. Besides, I might even teach you a thing or two into the bargain. That's so weird how time travel works. Because I remember before we went into the past here, Elizabeth is like, wait, you've been there before, but how? But no, you haven't. Nani? It's so weird. How does that work? So throughout every lifetime, Rose has just been able to go to the past. This past, at some point. You seem doubtful. A useful lesson or not, it'll certainly be a moment to remember. A memory of the distant past to cherish. What say you, traveler of time? I will do what I must. I had a feeling you might say something like that. Know that you must give a good showing, however. Clear your mind and prepare your weapons. I will await you at the clearing over yonder. You have to do this just to ride on top of a dog. Still can't apply glamour. I really don't know why. I guess I have to be in like a safe hub just to do it. But I've been able to do it in other places though, so I don't know. Whatever. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh. Now this is a field for battle. Shall we begin? Be warned, I will not go easy on you. Bring it on. Rose can handle this. Hiya!
Let neither side hold back.
And she's got a sword and shield. Ah!
My blade sings!
Do, 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 do. Ha, ha, hit, ha. Time travel is a confusing mess. It is really confusing. What the frick? Oh. Okay.
My blade sings!
I'm doing all right so far here.
Impressive. I shall have to try something different.
What are you gonna do?
No quarter.
Oh, she's got chakrams. What the fuck?
Have a taste.
Goddamn. Oh my god.
I see you won't be easily overcome, but neither will I.
Oh, she's using magics now. True arrow 4. Ow. Oh wait, I kind of recognize this. Hang on. Oh yep. Okay.
Prepare yourself.
Uh-oh. Oh. Nice. Oh, I messed up. Okay. Oh! Damn it. Yeah, that wasn't smart.
Very
on my
well.
part.
Let us move to the final trial.
Oh. Go. Go. There we go. Oh, another one? Ah. Hold on. There we go. Oh my god. Nope. There we go. No! Shit! That's fine. Oh my god. No! So many! Oh, this... Okay.
Break your chains, shed your burdens, and show me your strength of will!
Da, 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 da. She's fine. Oh!
You still stand. The people of your time are more resilient than I have seen enough.
Oh, okay. She just interrupted herself. Woo! Alright, that wasn't too bad.
'Twas my intent to finish it, but clearly I underestimated you. One would think I never learn. I made the same mistake with Azem when we first sparred. Despite being less than half my age, her strength was astounding. as is yours. 'Tis plain you have weathered considerable hardship. Far more even than your tales would suggest. It seems we have both learned much on our journeys.
Oh. Nice.
Well now, I dare say he has warmed to you. A boon to be sure. He never forgets his favorites, and is ever eager to come to their aid.
Yep, just like on the moon. Kind of reminds me of Dark Souls. You go into the past, you fight Manus, I think his name was. And you get that, and you can free Sif, and Sif can fight alongside you. And then if you do the boss fight against Sif, you get a different cutscene where Sif recognizes you. That's what it reminds me. Argus will soon have us standing on the very spot with jeez. My hope is that we find no connection, no festering wish for oblivion. Then we might have Hermes and his considerable expertise working for us rather than against us. Let's move over to the edge before mounting, shall we? That will allow Argos to catch the currents rising up from below, give us a smoother ride over to the isle. So we have to go all the way back. Oh! I just noticed this. Up ahead. Giant white fur lady in Dark Souls. Oh, you mean that dragon girl? Priscilla? Is that her name? Priscilla? Whee! She does have that similar outfit, yeah. Wow. I want to go over there, where the water is. And what's over that? What's there over there? Noe Toforian. Nothing like flying through the air on the back of a dog. Alright, here we are.
Quite a small place, lacking even the most basic equipment. The present may yield no clues, but we may yet try perusing the past. Have you done this before?
No. Maybe. I don't remember.
So you cannot control the power freely. Worry not. I shall assist you. Come and stand before me. There are two ways to see the past. The first entails peering through the walls of the soul in the moment a subject is recalling a memory. The second requires no subject, and is instead a process of piecing together an event from ripples left in the ambient ether. As memories are etched upon the ether of the soul, so too are they etched upon the ether of the world. In this way can history be preserved. Such memories are given to fading, however, and can prove challenging to visit. But come, let us try. Close your eyes.
Close your eyes. Oh shit.
All units fully functional and proceeding on course towards their respective stars. Estimated time to completion of survey is 108 cycles. End of status report. Severing connection with shared consciousness. Did you hear that, Hermes? All is well.
Yes. Good tidings at long last. Every step of the way, I've been reminded how little we understand creation. How the universe defies imagination.
But soon we won't need to speculate. We'll know the answers. What others live for.
Indeed. And we'll owe it all to you and your sisters.
I wonder what answers we will get.
Whatever intelligent beings that exist out there are bound to be vastly different from us. Diverse in form and culture. Possessed of unique ways of thinking. Their conception of life and its purpose will be no exception. Completely and utterly unlike ours.
Utterly unlike... how?
I have no idea.
Never enough rum. Why is the rum gone?
Yet whatever answers we receive, I will not dismiss them out of hand. No, I will think earnestly on them all. And I will share them with our people, that together we may contemplate our own existence. Perhaps then our star will become a better place. Not only for man, but for all life.
Damn you, Elizabeth.
Meteion, as though I gave you wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet, learn to walk and run and so much more. And when you return, older and wiser, we will have a celebration to mark your homecoming and coming of age both.
Will there be apples? Covered in syrup?
And how are you supposed to eat them? Rather than food, perhaps... a flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
Right?
So, what is your opinion?
You wouldn't wish for the final days just from that. So what happened?
I'm inclined to agree. As we had suspected, the two are somehow involved. Yet 'tis difficult to believe that they would deliberately seek to end all life. In light of this, I propose that we reveal your tale to Hermes himself. If he does not wish for the final days, as we believe, he may well join us in pursuing a solution.
It's risky. It's kind of risky, but it's worth
Then
a
it is
shot.
settled. Let us seek out our friend with all swiftness. 'Twould not do to let such a pure soul be blackened by tragedy.
Oh, whoa. There are a number of places where Hermes might be an Opus. But we could do worse than to look in Hyperborea. The largest facility. It stands in Christ Almighty, I cannot pronounce that Boreas, the northern isle. I wonder, Rose, for an institution which claims to studiously research every species destined for release into the world, did you not question how they find room for all of them on so few islands? The answer lies in something itself. I touched upon the practice before back at the archives, where a vast area is stitched together out of multiple conceptual spaces. The same holds true for the interior of this facility and its magically constructed environs. 'Tis there, within those sprawling habitats, that the chief overseer and most of Elpis' observers conduct the bulk of their work. The simplest route is via the Neas, north of Poetin Oikos. Jeez. These names! This distance! That is so far! I don't want to... Goddamn, dude. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. I'm gonna be honest, I had a tiny jump scare just then. Because I didn't expect to be that close to the frickin' creature. Okay. Hi, y'all. Hey, Nobu. Hello. We're just gonna skip through this dialogue. God, that is so far. What? You kidding me? Okay. Okay, let me finish this main quest, then I'll do the 2 blue quests, and then I'll call it a night. It's a lot to do. Not a whole lot of action this time around. Got some information. Path is to the Boreas. I am not even gonna try to pronounce this. I don't even want to try and pronounce it. The Neas acknowledged you as my guest. You should now have the authority to use it as you wish. As for the way to Borea, we follow this path. Turn left at the crossroads. I genuinely wish they didn't get rid of the frickin' compass thing, man. Oh, damn, look at this thing. Okay. Big. Here we are, the Granus Research Facility in Opus. We should head inside and ask after Hermes' whereabouts. Hermes is at another facility, as we have just discovered. Oh, it's them. Furthermore, we've confirmed that his studies into Dynamis as well as his creation of Meteon were entirely private pursuits. No one else we spoke with appeared to possess the chief's depth of knowledge on the subject, neither did we hear any tales of stolen research. Which means that if Hermes himself harbors no desire to bring in an apocalypse, then he might be recruited to help prevent one. Or so saith the illustrious Emmett Silk. According to your story, the 14 divined the connection between the celestial currents in the final days, but were never able to pinpoint the root cause of their calamity. With our people's greatest minds, not to mention Hythlodaeus' sharp eyes, committed to the pursuit of a solution, such an outcome seems inconceivable. The only possible explanation is if the nature of the catalyst was so inexplicable that even we failed to perceive it. And what better fits that description than the invisible, intangible Dynamis? Which in turn leads us to our next question. How did Hermes, in his role as Fandaniel, not recognize the subject of his own research? We must assume that he either knew and was unable to help, or that he was otherwise prevented from identifying the cause in the first place. At this juncture, all we can do is speculate. To be clear, the Convocation does not tolerate acts of deception or malice. We are practiced at perceiving the truth, and would have known had Fandaniel lied to us. Hermes has no conscious wish for the world to end. Of that I am certain. It seems there is more to the tale after all. We conducted an investigation of our own, you see. Something, words, something. How comforting. We seem to have reached the exact same conclusion. I see no reason to delay further. 'Tis time we brought Hermes into the fold, as it were. Thank you for understanding. Save your thanks. I did not say I believed your ridiculous story. But as Emmett Silk, I have a duty to examine any potential threat to our existence, no matter how ludicrous or personally offensive I may find it. And there you go. Hunger in the garden, eh? Alright. We'll stop the main story from there. And we can continue the main story the next time I play. Right now, we're gonna finish up getting these 2 blue quests done. Again, not a whole lot of action this time around. Just a lot of important information to go through. A lot of reading. Splash, splash, splash. Play on. Oh my god, look at this thing. Frickin' Minotaur looking. Oh, it is a Minotaur. It is a Minotaur. Okay. Hiya. Hiya. Got him. You're welcome, dude. Alright, so we can hand that in later. We're over here now. The calm before the storm. Indeed. That's kind of how it goes most of the time with this. A lot of information seeking. And then action later on. Ow. There we are. Words, words, words. Just go through this. I can escort you. Let's go. Oh wait, no. We're supposed to be... Wait, where are we going? Oh. Try to keep up. Sprint it away, lady. Person. Keep her at your side. Okay, it is a girl, okay. Uh-oh. Just ignore them. Okay. Almost there. Okay. Here we are. Now we just head back here. What the heck? Now we go hand this in. There we go. Thank you for the whatever it is, current, yes. What is, look at this. And then this one over here. Time to hand this one in. What is that? It looks like one of those, like, Furbies. This little thing over there. Okay, let's just get that. Down. There's so much to look for around this area. Gosh, that's so tiring. Okay. Hunger in the garden. Okay. So with that, I'll call it a night. Oh, Lord. Ooh. So much dialogue, so much lore. Anyway, that will be it for me for tonight. So, thank you for watching, thank you for chilling with me, thank you for chatting with me, I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are in the world. Take care, stay safe, drink plenty of water. And I hope to see you again. Tomorrow is my break day. When I come back the next day, I will play Stardew Valley, maybe. It's either that or Cry of Fear. But I'm leaning towards Stardew. It's gonna be Stardew. Okay. Alrighty. So I hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you. And as for the chatting stream I had yesterday, it's still unlisted. I haven't checked if it's been fixed yet. So I'll have to check on that later. But if it is, but when it does get fixed, if it is fixed, I'll make it public again. Okay. So I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye. Wave goodbye.